Welcome to Peaceful Streaming. So, you know what? I think I'm going to turn the music down because this music for this particular job gets so repetitive that it's like the same thing over and over and over. So honestly would rather just have silence. And I'm getting a little bit of a lag because I've put so much stuff in this property. Luckily, since my new computer, it is only a little. And I can always turn down the graphics a little bit if it ends up being a problem. So last time I did this is just in case you hadn't seen any of the other videos. This is calling it Christmas in July just because it reminds me of this movie marathon that this station in, I think, Manhattan used to do. Yeah, I think I'll turn down the graphics a little. Oh, I only have it good quality. Okay. Okay. Well, the computer will figure itself out. It just takes a couple minutes in the beginning. Sometimes it's a little slow. Um, and so anyway, this is actually on my second profile, the one I do the no commentary on. Because I still haven't finished all the jobs in my main profile, so I don't have all the houses unlocked. So I'm definitely aiming for that on my regular profile because I really want to just have the ability to do whatever jobs I want. Now I'm remembering that there's not a light switch in here because there's like no overhead lights. Anyway, so I'm gonna change that. So yeah, I have this room, and then not in this stream, but in probably the next one. Tomorrow I'm gonna do I'm gonna redo the living room because I realized that although actually I could do it now. I'm gonna think of it. I'm using my own money. Like I don't have a budget on this, so I'm using my own money. But I hate that stupid purple couch and chairs with a passion. The problem is you can't get rid of the furniture. I think I'm gonna work on. Well, I think I'm gonna work on the other room because I don't have any particular couches in mind, so I definitely want to look at it. But so next time, ooh, did the tree turn itself off? Next time, what I'm gonna do is you can barely even see the lights. I'm gonna redo the living room since I'm using my own money, and I probably will. I might as well pick this one up as. Oops. I might as well pick it up and bring it upstairs because I think the only place I can really put these. Well, I could put this here. But the other stuff, I think last time I put it in the upper hall. I just really, I just don't like it. Maybe it's just me. But anyway, so yeah, last time I put the couch in the upper hall, and maybe I can squeeze that other chair somewhere, and then I'm just gonna put something I like there. So so that looks fine there. I don't think there's room for the chair, but maybe I'll put a nice coffee table there or something. But yeah, this is kind of tight here. So I think last time actually I put this stuff outside, which is obviously not a very imaginative solution. So this time I'm going to try to have that a little more blended in. So I don't like that furniture. The bed's okay, but the rest of it, not too crazy about it. Oh, and then this thing. Oh, I remember when I got this as a flip, I tried to do something with that area, and I think it just ended up being a humongous mess, which was, oh, I can't put those on there, which was, just me not really thinking it through. So yeah, that was bad. Hey, Barry. No, you didn't miss it. I had to work. We had a huge reversal or potential reversal in an event we have coming up. And so the person who would normally be handling the changes to I wonder, I can't move this. I can't get rid of that furniture, so I'm gonna have to be creative. The person who would normally be handling those changes when they come up is going on vacation. So what I was doing, I worked till like 9 last night. I was trying to catch up on all my regular work. So, because she's going on vacation on Wednesday afternoon, and I think this photo would look better over the bed. I mean, yeah. And so the decision about what to do was made today, and so there's probably, well, mostly made today. There's a lot of stuff to still make decisions on, but so then all this stuff on the websites and emails has to be changed. So I didn't want her to stress, so I said I'll take care of it, but then I had to get all my stuff done. So yeah, so I didn't stream. I just came home and worked. So yeah, but she thanked me today, since she, for taking care, like volunteer. I volunteered. I always volunteer. Not really sure whether that's a great idea, but I'm a team player, so yeah, she thanked me for volunteering to take care of it. I mean, I've been doing websites and I for years and years and years, and did many email campaigns when I had my online store. So using basically the same software. So I knew she'd stress out and be worrying about it, and I didn't want her vacation to be ruined because she was stressing out. So yeah. So yep, I didn't mind. Actually, it was good that I did because then I had insomnia last night. So it would have been it was better that I got a lot of the stuff done yesterday or last night because today I was a little out of it. So the problem I have with this is that the stupid candles are like yellow. I wish the color of the candles would change. Oh, I can't even do that. I did not remember that about this place. Okay. So I can put, so then that looks dumb in here because everything else is like gray and black. So let's put you, well, for now I'm going to put this here. Yeah, I canceled it. So like if you're wondering, I canceled it like I think a couple hours before the stream. I think so. So if you're ever not sure, go look at the schedule because most of the time I try to I try to cancel it because luckily that it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, this was like just one of those things where I was like, yep, gotta totally suck it up and get the work done. So yeah. So yeah, I canceled it like I don't know, an hour or so ahead of time. Um but yeah. So we'll see what happens. There, like I said, there are some decisions that need to be made. Why did they leave the floor? So I'm not really liking this brown. I'm not liking this room, but it's what I have to work with. So I'm thinking, but why are the walls brown and the floor's white and then everything's black? So I think we need a different wall treatment. So yeah, it could be hairy the next couple weeks, but it's actually ultimately a much better. This is going to be, I think, too rough for this room, but I'll try it. I think it's going to be a much better event for us in a lot of ways. Ooh. So, oh yeah, that's way too rough. That's like outside stuff. Um, so yeah, it's actually pretty good. I don't mind. I think last time, you know what I did? I did this. Because that was kind of that's gray and brown. So it was a little bit more of a mixture, I think. So let's see. I'm going to do most of this wall and see what happens. So did you have your first day camp? I'm feeling okay except for the insomnia. Um, yeah, did you have your first day camp? Yeah, I have insomnia because my neurologist insisted that I taper off the Benadryl. So I'm gonna have insomnia for a little while. Not sure if that works. I hate to do gray in this room as well as this room. But I don't know, maybe it's gonna work in there. I'm gonna try the gray. Not this gray, but see what else we have. Could do white, but it's a lot of white. Um let's see. Okay, so these are the stone gray panels. So let's try these. Oh, I don't know. I guess it doesn't work to have the floor lighter than the wall. At least not for me. Oh, that is pretty dark, isn't it? Well, let's see. Guess I could do it white, but no. That doesn't work. I think I'm better off doing it in the same, if I can figure out which one it is, the same panels as the floor. I guess those are probably the HGTV ones. Which are white narrow or white? Hard to tell. White medium? Navy. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's the same thing. Um, yeah. So let's do it all in white and then maybe do like little. Yeah, I thought of doing a stream and then I was like, no, you know what? I need to just I'm like in the zone. Need to go home and I had this work that was really like very detail oriented and I tend to get too tired at the end of the day to do that stuff, but I really had to get this done. And so I was so tired when I finished at like 9 o'clock that I was staggering. I mean, I was just so exhausted because it was, a 15, not a 15, like a 13-hour day. So yeah, it was just problem with MS is like sometimes it's really weird, but sometimes if you get mentally tired, like if you've been using your brain, you get like physically tired too. So it's really kind of a pain in the butt. Did you have your first day at camp? That was like yesterday or today, right? This may look awfully white, but oh, really? In what way? How are they different from you? I wonder if I'm going to hate this room. I don't think so. I think once I do put something on the floor, I think I'll be pretty happy with it. And I'm going to put a fireplace up and probably another, you know, painting or whatever you want to call it. I'm blanking out on what's the best thing to call that besides a photo. I wonder, I can do that. What about this? Oh, so this is a no, it looks like. I guess, oh, no, wait a minute. I probably, if I use the ceiling, floor and ceiling stuff, right? Well, I guess I'll find out. So this, yeah, so I need to go to the floor and ceiling area. I think that's what I need to use over there. I may do part of this on something else. I need to just like make it a blank slate and then figure out like what to change. I mean, it looks very, very white. So I may, but I think since it'll be predominantly white for me, it's just easier to see that what it's going to be predominantly and then make the change. Like maybe pale gray on a wall or something. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. But the other thing is, ooh, I can't do it. There are those lights that are very pink and yellow, which actually would work, except we can't do, well, I'd have to only do them on the walls. We don't have them, I can't put overhead stuff, so there's that. Oh my God, how do I keep going through these so quickly? Okay, so okay. I think for now I'll just leave that painted instead of wood. Okay, floor and ceiling. And panels. White panels. Okay. Wait a minute. No, that's not it, I don't think. Am I wrong? Is it? It's not tiles. That wouldn't make sense. It's wood. I don't think so. No. So that's weird. Those are brand new. Those are not the right ones. Those are from the pets thing. So I guess the only one we have is this. That's not gonna match, I don't think. Oh no, it's totally different. But I think to keep it from like looking really weird, I'll just do this. So how? So they have it on the floor, but we don't have the option? We've run into this before. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, but I mean, I think yeah, it's just a matter of getting used to people, finding out what their comfort zone is. You know, getting comfortable with them not talking. I mean, that takes a little while. But you know, I mean, I'm sure you can do it. It's just a matter of getting, you know, of spending time with people. And I mean, sometimes, you know, there's nothing wrong with just sitting, like hanging out and not talking, and just, you know, getting comfortable with being with people in silence. I know it takes a little while to get used to like not talking when you're hanging out with people, but I mean, you can always straight out ask them also, like, hey, just let me know if I'm talking too much. Let me know what you're comfortable with. You know, I think that chances are that they would probably appreciate that. Um, oh, those stick out so far. Um, shoot. Those really stick out, don't they? I'm not really sure. Those really stick out. I mean, like, I don't really know if they go with the room, too. That's kind of the problem. Um, this one, okay, so this one I almost put up. I have to be honest, these kind of stick out pretty far, too. So I'm not sure if this is any kind of an improvement. So they have that same kind of glow. I guess they look a little better. Um, why does it look like they're so big? They normally do not look that big. I mean, it's not a small room. Somehow it just seems like, I don't know. I guess I could put it here and one over here. Oh, the other problem is we're looking at this room and it's not, things aren't centered. No wonder it seems strange. But I mean, yeah, I mean, remember that, you know, people like me, one of the problems I think I'm going to run into, and I haven't really told any people I know in person other than the family, that my son and I got diagnosed as being on the spectrum. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's going to mean different things to different people. So it's, yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of getting used to not knowing exactly where someone is and what they're comfortable with. I mean, people are so individual. And then you take people who are on the spectrum and you're talking just very unique individual people. And so it's just, you know, I mean, like I said, I find a lot of times that just being totally open and saying, hey, let me know, you know, what you're comfortable with. Yeah, I mean, if they, you know, if they just say I don't know, remember they also then could think it through. You know what I mean? So like they might say I don't know, and you'll feel like you haven't gotten anywhere. But sometimes with some people and some questions, you need to let it percolate for them for a little while. Um, and so then they might come to you later and say, "Hey, I thought about it, and so you know this is what I'm comfortable with." Um, so, and you know what? Even if not, you tried. You reached out. You asked how to make them comfortable, and you tried to make a connection. And obviously, you're not um, you know, you're probably dealing with people who have like many of us, and you know this. Comorbidities is the what's am I looking for? The formal word of like you've got a few things going on. So so you know, I have depression, ADHD. I'm still new to like I'm still new to this, but you know, I'm on the spectrum. So, you know, I mean, everyone's learning and everyone's trying things out, and just the fact that you reach out is a big deal, you know, and it's extremely good for you, and it might help them even if it doesn't seem like it. It might help them I mean, it helps them socialize. So, you know, it's definitely, I mean, it's never wasted effort. So, um yeah, I mean, just do what you're comfortable with. Let's see. I was thinking mirror. That one that was there, I didn't really like it. Now I wonder, okay, this looks like a bathroom mirror to me. Well, maybe not. What if we do, what about gray oak? We have gray oak here? We must, right? Cool oak, gray oak. I wonder how that's gonna look. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that for now. I do want to put some warmth in this room. And that is not doing it for me. This is not doing it for me. So this is fine, but I don't think it works there. I'm also going to see if there are any pillows that I can put here. Some of the beds it works and some of them it doesn't, and actually some of the pillows work and some of them doesn't because they're all workshop stuff. So we'll just have to see. Like these, I think. Nope, they're not working. Okay. That means it's probably the bed, but I'll try a couple of it. Yeah, it's the bed. It's not gonna work on the bed. So let's and it's not gonna work on the chair. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. So I'm gonna look for. Let's see. So the bed is black. I've got to keep that in mind. Actually should probably be. Okay. Yeah, I may have to like rearrange some stuff. So I could do this one. I do this one a lot. I kind of hate sometimes to use it because but it seems like if I did, well, it's very silver. I actually meant it to be darker. It's very dark. Light or white? I just, it's not working for me. And I do not know why. What if I did black wood, if that would be better? Like if I did this, if it looks more like it's part of the bed then, I think. And honestly, I'm thinking maybe I should do those wall lamps in black. That's a lot of black. I'm thinking I probably should do this in like a dark gray. I mean, it does go with the fireplace. Okay. So deep chestnut. No. Oh, do we even have dark gray? We have dark ash. That's like maybe. It's kind of brown, isn't it? Yeah. Uh, Wait a minute. You know what? I have to decorate this place. Why don't I put decorations over the mantelpiece? That make they don't want me to do a garland. I think a garland makes sense though. Oh, so let's see. That's too small. Do we have another one? Okay. So let's hold off on that one. If I have another one, if I can get this in Christmas wreath BXL. Okay. So it's going to have to be a garland. The wreath is going to have to go just somewhere, maybe over those filing cabinets or something like that. Okay, occasional Christmas Christmas garland. See, I guess we'll do this one because I can make the bow white and this ornament red. Oh, those must be it must be the stars. So let's do that white too. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe we can make the stars more a little darker. Nope. Oh, that color. I think we'll go back to white. Okay, so I think that works there. Not that it's part of the whole thing. I bet you are. So this is where you're gonna have a lesson from the professor, right? I'm thinking I should go with a darker gray for these. Okay. So then I'll put the I don't think maybe I can fit that wreath, man. Let's see. Um okay, so white. Um that looks blue. Did I choose blue? No, that's what it comes out as. Okay. Um that doesn't really fit, does it? Let's just put it there. Hanging lights, little star. Okay, so then we have those star lights. Uh, you have to do a complete group pleasant. I can speak. Group presentation about the camp. Yeah, that ought to be interesting. Well, yeah, so that's probably why it's good. Or like, you know what? I would also, if you're comfortable with it, maybe get some tips from the teachers and say, hey, should I, you know, I mean, you don't want to say you're more articulate than some people, but I know I seem to be more comfortable with you know um, putting myself out there than some people, but I don't want to monopolize the conversation. So when we're doing like when I'm working with the group, do you suggest that I like wait and let other people um, uh, give other people a chance to talk and then maybe just jump in when no one seems to be comfortable contributing, or how do can you give me a suggestion about what would be the you know what would be the most productive and make people feel most comfortable. Okay, so that might be a little big for that area. We have smaller ones. Long hanging lights. Okay. Oh wow, we have a lot of these lights. Oh, and a little tree. I probably can do in white, can I? Yep. Okay. Um, light blue, snow blue. Where's that beige coming? Oh, here we go. That's where the beige is coming from. I don't think we want to do gray, do we? Um, the lights we'll do in blue and white. Not that the lights show up that much, I have to say. I mean, can you even tell that those lights got turned on? Really? Well, that sounds great. That ought to be a lot of fun. It is exciting when college is just such a different thing. I did have a teacher in high school who like really enjoyed teaching English and stuff, and of course most of the kids were just very not interested. But he just kept plowing ahead and you know trying to get people excited about literature. Poor guy. Um, but yeah. So, but in college, sure, there are some people are just there to, like, okay, I'm getting my degree. I don't really care about this stuff. But a lot of people are there because they are really interested in it. So the conversations tend to be a little more interesting um, than in high school when people are just kind of going through the motions a lot of the time. Do I have tiny wreaths or something maybe? Oh, I have weird ones. Well, I don't have weird ones. It's still weird to me, I have to say. It's just hard to get used to. So, one thing that my son and I were talking about is, and we kind of thought that this was the way everyone felt, although I realized pretty early on, or not, I mean, long before I had him, that uh, this was not, I guess, totally normal. Um, we both find maintaining friendships really exhausting, and I've generally in my life had one friend, which has sometimes changed, not too often. But I don't, I can't, like I've obviously hung out with, I've had, like in high school, I had a group of friends I hung out with, but it wasn't, they weren't they weren't, most of them weren't people, except for my best friend, weren't people that like I'd, call when I got home from school, for instance, and hang out and talk on the phone and do stuff with separately. There was just like my best friend, and that was it. And so it's just yeah, I mean that's one of the things that he didn't realize for a while, that most that a lot of people can maintain. No, that doesn't work with that light blue. A lot of people can maintain like multiple friendships at once. Um and um Then the other thing we talked about, and this only I think kind of makes sense if you're a gamer. So like both he and I play, you know, like MMOs and stuff. And we talked about how one reason we don't like to group with other people, to like, I mean, you group with people so you can like get something done, is we get really, really anxious about the expectations that the other people might have. And unless it's like a defined, I did the wrong ones, didn't I? Unless it's like a defined situation, like in some situations, it's the game sets for you that you're going to go into this dungeon, do this, and then after you're done, the group will automatically disband. And so then we're comfortable with that, because then like exactly what's going to happen. It's not open ended. And so so we're comfortable with that because we know exactly what the expectations are going in. But we're not comfortable with situations where someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, do you want a group to take care of such and such?" And we're like, it freaks us out because we're like, well, what happened? Like, what if, first of all, of course, what if I don't do a good job? Like, what if I screw up? And, but then also, well, what about when we're done? What if the person says, "Hey, do you want to keep going?" It's like, it makes us so anxious to have that, like, not really defined. I just don't even know how to explain it sometimes. It's just, it's, it's just like it's so uncomfortable for us that we just don't like generally group with people, because unless it's people we know like really really well. So it's just one of those things. And like, of course, for years that's how I was. And then Lawrence was the same way, and I never really thought about it. But then he and I started talking about the appointment, the appointment with the doctor, and we started talking about all these things that we had in common and we had never really talked about. So it's just like really like, so I have absolutely no problem with public speaking at all. Not in the least. So I have this weird, but I have major social anxiety as far as, if you put me in a party where I don't know anyone, I'm gonna completely freak out. Even if I like know one or two people, it's still really stressful for me. And so, um, but like my husband is very much an extrovert. So you put him in a party and he's like totally happy. He'll just go up and start talking to people. Even if he doesn't know them, he's completely comfortable. And it would be nice, but I can't do that. It like doesn't work. So, yeah, I'm happy for him, but not like that's never gonna happen for me at all, ever. But yeah, I mean, it's just really, um, and then we also both had problems when we were younger with, like, I think I mentioned the other day, like my going like in fourth grade, that's when boys and girls already are like, ew, boys icky, girls icky, all that stuff. And so that's when in in fourth grade, I had a crush on a boy, and I went up to him and said, "I like you. Do you want to come over to my house after school?" And he was talking to like a bunch of other guys, and you can imagine how well that went over. So I just like didn't. It didn't. It just didn't occur to me that that was something that you just don't do. So like you learn those really painful lessons, and I mean, it is what it is. You just, you know, you just go along. And there's just like, for me, it's kind of hard to remember in some ways because, like, for instance, when I was a kid, I did not like people to touch me. And over the years, I kind of acclimated myself in a way. Oh, wow, that's not the right color for this. I just kind of acclimated myself, and I just, there's something called like desensitization or something. So like you expose yourself to something that like you have a phobia about or something like that, so that um the phobia gets better. So it was the same thing. It was like I just um made myself just deal with the situations, and eventually I over the year, like literally over, I'm 59, so literally over decades, bit by bit, I got more comfortable, not comfortable exactly, but to where i i I could handle it, basically. So there's just like stuff like that. I mean, my family always used to make fun of me not wanting them to touch me. So it was kind of like, I mean, remember this was in the 70s and 80s, and so there were like, I mean, I don't think, I mean, I'm sure people to some extent, like some people knew about autism, but it definitely was not, um yeah, I'm not even sure when I first heard the word. So yeah, I mean, there was just like, what's wrong with you? Why? um you know, I mean, my mom and my sisters, my dad, bless his soul, is he's somewhat like me. So, he just is like, he's not totally comfortable, or he's gotten better over the years, but like not totally comfortable with either verbal or physical affection. So he's definitely changed and gotten better over the years. I think he's kind of acclimated himself. But his family was not like really physically affectionate or verbally affectionate when he was growing up. So he just he wasn't ready, I think, for my mom in some ways. But yeah, he's definitely evolved. But yeah, so my dad never made me feel uncomfortable. My sisters and my mom, it was just like, no, you have to do this. You have to hug. You have to my mom would be like, well, why don't you want to hold my hand when we're walking down the street? And it wouldn't be like because I was a teenager and I was like, Mom. It was just like, because I don't like that, you know. So I'm happy for my son because it's much better understood now, obviously than it was um when I was growing up. So he's going to have support, and in fact we're trying to find him a therapist. His doctor suggested. I said, I think, at this point I'm fine. I've acclimated myself. You know I've learned, just taught myself, and you know I don't really need to see someone. But she said just a therapist for my son to help him, just like, learn like what like ways to cope. So I developed my own coping mechanisms because I just didn't have a choice. I'm thinking maybe, I know this is being finicky, thinking maybe I will move that rug up even a little more. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, depression is also very individual. So you can't say like, well, you have depression, so you're gonna have these exact symptoms. It's like, no, our brains are very complicated. It's not that simple. Um, so everyone has a unique experience with depression, even if they have may have symptoms in common with other people, and definitely will. But it's not the same because our brains are just so complicated. So um, but I think it's the same thing with autism, and in some ways, it's even more. I think it's even more unique and individual. So it's it's going to be interesting. But it's definitely a relief to have that diagnosis. More for my son than for me because at this point I am who I am. I've I've acclimated over the years. I've accepted myself as I am, and that just is not working. And so um, I don't need a lot of help because I provided it over the years to myself. I had to. And it really is one of those things where you just look around and you watch how other people are, and you you learn the right things to say and do. And so I think I spend a lot more time listening, not as much as I used to, but I used to spend a lot more time listening and observing, because when I spoke, if I wasn't gauging the situation accurately and I said something and it didn't go over, um, that's not fun. So I can't tell. Sometimes this looks purple and sometimes it looks black. So so I spoke a lot less, I think, than I listened. So it was just the better way to I don't really want it to be black, but we don't have a dark gray. Shoot. I'm gonna try those other ones. Let's see how this looks. It may just look totally dumb. Um so, but you know what? I mean, I think it's just one of those things. I think there's such a spotlight in, like I said, in elementary school, middle school, and high school. It's such a fishbowl, and it's really difficult. I don't like those either, but I'm just not sure what to do at this point. Um, um, it's such a fishbowl, and what's great is when you get out of that situation, it's just it's just a lot better. Um, and I think in some ways you'll have less anxiety because the situation in college is just you'll probably be anxious about your classes and doing well, but as far as social situations, I don't think that they will be as anxiety provoking. So, and you don't. It's not like high school and middle school and elementary school where you're just kind of on display and everyone's watching what everyone else is doing. It's just not the same. It's not like that in college. So, uh, and I don't know. People are free from those cliques that they were um, in when you all lived in the same town and everything. So, things just are better. I'm not loving that either. I'm thinking I should put a garland over the bed, just like the one I put over the fireplace. I think it really needs that. If it weren't like the holiday stuff, then I wouldn't. But I think that it's gonna be perfect. I just wish we had different sizes in the garlands. Um, but yeah, I mean, I have to say, college was just for me was really, really a great experience. And um, the what color of what? Um, and I think you're going to enjoy it, and I think you're going to find it um, just a lot, just very liberating, um, and you can be yourself much more easily in college than you can before college. So, should I do a little more light blue? So I think you're definitely gonna enjoy it. Um, oh, that's too big. Do we have a smaller one? Oh, I need to take the gold garland away. Okay, small. I thought I. Oh, Christmas chain. Okay, I get it. Okay, that's too big. So that was a small, but it's still. Is that like really a small? Yeah, I feel like I need that. But why am I still seeing so much like red and stuff? White, 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 blue, white, blue, blue. Okay, so I guess I can't get rid of them completely. Okay, so I'm gonna stick this out here. How much is this costing me? Oh God, $23. Yeah, I can afford it. Let's look at one of the other ones. I just thought Christmas tree. So what is the difference between these? B mini Christmas tree B. That's just as big. But the minis are well, maybe the minis aren't really tiny. Like maybe the large one is still pretty small. Well, I guess I could put this over here for fun. I don't know. It's a lot of work just for a little Christmas tree. Snowy blue, light blue. Uh, third Christmas bauble, snowy, light blue, snowy. I don't know. Blue, blue. God, this is complicated. Where are the chains? Did I get those? Christmas garland. I think I'll do both of them white. Okay. That was a lot of effort to put into that. Okay, so I'm gonna do the garland. I still feel like there's not enough light over there, but I'm just not sure what to do. I wanted to put this Christmas tree over here, but there really isn't room. So I guess I'll put a cat. A cat on a pillow in each bedroom. Okay, so there's that one. But I also was looking at that. Well, let's put him over here so he doesn't get stepped on. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put that basket of pillows too. Or maybe a basket of books. They did pillows in the other one. Basket with light colored. See, I never really understand this. So that's just like a blanket that's stuffed in there? I don't know. I guess maybe I can use it just because I don't. It's not really fitting there. Yeah, I'll do a basket of books. Oh, I probably should start wrapping up soon because my son stopped his VR um, discussion because I told him I think this is not. Um, I don't think we can both. I don't think I can stream. I think, of course, now I'm gonna find I'm wrong. I'm still dropping frames. Rats. So something's going on. We need to figure that out. That's very annoying. I'm really bummed. That is really weird. Okay, I'm just gonna put this over here. I want to put something. Okay, so I want to put that garland above the fireplace. Ah, I'm so bummed I'm still dropping frames. We rebooted the server. We're gonna have to run some tests or something. That's just no good. Okay, garlands. This is what happens when I'm sleep deprived. I think it was it this one? No, I can't even remember. Yeah, it's with a bow. So the bow was white. Did I do snow blue on anything? Let's see. No, I did white instead of snow blue. Okay, so I did white on both. Okay. I need lights. I'm gonna have to figure out. I'll do that offline. I'll figure out some way to light this up better. But it's gonna be a lot of experimentation. I'll have to figure it out. I mean, this has like no lights. Yeah, I do remember running into this problem last time. So, but anyway, so I hope that you have a great time tomorrow. Barry, that sounds like it sounds really exciting for you. I'm very happy that you're gonna have that, because it's really good to start and develop. You know, if you can develop a good relationship with professors, and you know, because usually they are very happy to mentor students that they are interested in. So it sounds good. So I'm going to get going. But I just want to thank you, Barry, and everyone else who's been watching, everyone who's watching the VOD. Thank you so much. I really apologize for these drop frames. I do not, hopefully it is not having a huge effect. It's like every couple minutes, every 2 minutes. Okay, so I don't know if that's when it tests it. We've got to figure it out. I apologize. We don't know what's happening. There doesn't seem to be a good reason, so we're going to try to figure it out. And hopefully it's not